Hello and welcome to Karavali Days. I hope you guys are doing fabulous. Mangalore is a coastal town and fish is largely used for making its cuisine. However, Mangalore chicken coconut sukka that holds a beautiful place in our taste palette. So let's go ahead and dive into easy chicken coconut sukka recipe the old school way. These are the list of ingredients. So that's 1 tablespoon of coriander seed, 1 tablespoon of saunf, half teaspoon of cumin, tiny bit of tamarind, and then you also have 9 garlic cloves, 2 inch of ginger, 1 green chilli, half a teaspoon of tumeric, and then the garam masala bit, 1 large onion, 8 to 9 chillies. You can increase as per your spice flavor. For the other mixture, you need 2 large tomatoes, half a bunch of coriander, 1 onion, of course, half a kg of freshly cut chicken. Let's dive into the cooking bit. Heat the pan or the vessel or the pot and let the oil heat up. Then add the chilies and roast it until you get a beautiful aroma and the raw edginess smell leaves the kitchen. First, we go ahead and take care of the dry ingredients before we get into the wet ingredients, alright? Right, looks like it's almost done. I'm going to take this off the flame and put it in a different place for it to cool down. Now start with the other bit. So you roast this until it starts spluttering and it gives you a beautiful aroma. If you're an Indian and you've dry roasted the spices, you would know what I'm talking about. Okay, almost done. Take it off, let it cool. I know I do see a dry chili there. I'll pick it up. Now let's get into the wet ingredients. I've just taken 1 onion here, not the other one. The other one we would use it when we are cooking. This is a slightly lengthy process because you would have to roast it until the onion turns out to be transparent, rather translucent. Add some oil if you think, do not add a lot of oil, but add some oil if you think that would help speeden up the process, because that's what I do. Did you know red chilies have a lot of vitamin C, which actually helps us to build our immunity? If you didn't, I'm educating you. And guys, if you have still not subscribed to my channel, please request you to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to receive notification. Alright, now I'm going to add all the roasted ingredients together, swish it twice before I let it cool down. On the other hand, chop the 2 large tomatoes. Add the coriander leaf, that half a bunch that we took initially. Grind it into fine, smooth paste. Chop the onions and keep it separately. Now, what we're going to do, we are going to heat another pan. I'm using clarified butter or ghee here. You can choose to use any oil of your choice, but if you use ghee, it smells amazing. I'm going to let it heat up before I add my onions. Cut the onions into tiny little pieces. Now you saute it. Saute it until it becomes really soft. I hope you're enjoying this recipe. It's a little lengthy, I agree, but it's old school. Remember the tasty flavors? Yes, this is the one. And don't be shy to share it with your friends and family. That's a bay leaf, just to enhance the flavor. It's kind of relaxing to watch the onion turn itself all from hard to soft and mushy. Okay. I love the aroma now. The kitchen is filled with all this different spice aroma, first because of the roasting it, and now with this. Okay, let me quickly go ahead and... So you don't have to continue sauteing it. You can just, relax for a bit in between and then go back to sauteing things. The more... it's easy for us to, not saute really well, because I used to not do it, thinking that why waste such a, huge amount of time. But when you saute the onions really well and it turns all soft and mushy, that's when the flavor enhances. Now I'm going to add the paste that we made using tomato and the coriander leaf. Don't worry, my hands are clean. I have washed it. Now you're going to go ahead and, I wouldn't say roast it, probably saute it with a little bit of turmeric until it turns dry. Not very dry, but semi-dry. Now let it cook. Occasionally do go ahead and stir it so that it does not stick to the bottom of the pan. If you're using non-stick, you don't have to worry about this. I'm using a steel pot. This is almost turning to the consistency that I want, a little bit more. I want that water content to evaporate. almost dry, I'm going to add the chicken. Now mix it well so the chicken is coated with all the masalas that's in there. Not much, that's the tomato, coriander, and the onion and the bay leaf. Now let it cook a little. Add some water because it's almost dry, right? Now I'm going to add some salt. You can choose to use any salt here. I'm using the rock salt. You can increase the spices, you can increase the salt as per your taste. If you want to go ahead and cook something lesser, you can go ahead and reduce the ingredients as well. So while I close it with the lid and pressure cook it, I'm gonna get hold of all the ingredients that I dry roasted initially and grind it into fine smooth paste. Remember the one which we kept there to cool down? That one. See? And that's magic. I turned it into fine smooth paste. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to add that to the chicken that was already cooking. I'm so sorry, I kind of skipped recording it. Now bring the entire thing to boil. I add some water depending on the consistency that I require. I do not require it to be really runny because we are making a dry chicken recipe here. The reason why we are adding water is to ensure that that it cooks the chicken and chicken meat does not stay raw. Now bring it to full boil. Now let's close the lid and let it cook for a while. This is half grated coconut that I've kept it aside for half a kilo of chicken. This is boiled properly. Now let's go ahead and add the grated coconut. And let's mix it. Remember, this particular recipe does not require a lot of water. You would have to now mix it really well and cook it until it turns dry. Stir occasionally, do not let it just sit there until it turns dry because there are high possibility if you're not using a non-stick cooktop, it might kiss the pan and get stuck to it. Oh, I forgot a little bit of coconut that was pending there. Now we pressure cook it again by closing the lid. I think it's almost done. Let me pressure cook again. Couple of minutes more. Okay. It's almost there. It's getting there. You see, it's turned out to be a little thicker now because the coconut is absorbed all the water, and we are almost getting there to make it extremely dry. Sometimes if you want to eat it with chapati, you can make it dry, but if you want to eat it with rice, and you want to keep it a little water consistency, this should be enough. But since I am going to eat it with chapati, I am going to cook it a little bit after I garnish it with coriander. There you go. The recipe is ready. Okay, I am ready to go ahead and dive into it. Thank you so much for stopping by and for all your support so far. Please let me know in the comment below if you liked it, and if you ever tried it, let me know as well. You have yourself a good rest of the day. See ya.